Warfare is changing fast. Small unmanned aircraft systems, friendly and hostile, are flooding the battle space. Most of them operate below the coordinating altitude, the airspace traditionally delegated to land commanders. This is creating congestion, risk of fratricide, and new challenges for joint force integration. The Air Force perspective is clear. Control of the air remains essential. Air superiority enables freedom of maneuver on the ground. But to achieve it, air and land forces must coordinate seamlessly, especially in the contested and saturated airspace below the coordinating altitude. Doctrine already gives us the tools. The Joint Force Commander designates an airspace control authority who manages the airspace through the airspace control system. This system balances integration, deconfliction, and protection across all domains. Two methods guide this control: positive control, relying on electronic identification and tracking; procedural control, using pre-planned measures like routes, corridors, and restricted zones. But unmanned aircraft complicate this picture. Their small size, low altitude, and limited ability to see and avoid make them hard to track. That's why Joint Doctrine stresses integrating UAS into the Airspace Control Plan and the Daily Airspace Control Order. Coordination measures like restricted operation zones or minimum risk routes help prevent conflict with manned aircraft and fires. Below the coordinating altitude, control is often delegated to ground or maritime components, like an Army Joint Air-Ground Integration Center or a Maritime Air Command and Control System. Each has the authority to integrate airspace users within its area, but all remain tied back to the Airspace Control Authority for coherence. The war in Ukraine shows what happens when swarms of unmanned aircraft overwhelm the battlefield. Countering these threats requires close coordination between airspace control and air defense. Integrating air and missile defense must account for small UAS, loitering munitions, and the traditional air threats while preventing fratricide. At home, the challenge is different. NORAD and the FAA share responsibility for defending U.S. airspace. The rise of unmanned aircraft demands even tighter collaboration to ensure rapid detection, clear authorities, and coordinated response. The way forward isn't about inventing new doctrine. It's about applying what we already have, refining tactics, technologies, and procedures to handle overwhelming numbers of unmanned aircraft. Future solutions must define how loitering munitions and UAS fit into the airspace control system, clarify authorities, and deliver resilient tools to defend the force. Control below the coordinating altitude is no longer a niche problem. Doctrine provides the architecture. The challenge is implementing it at speed, scale, and with precision in the modern battle space. For all our Doctrine publications, visit www.doctrine.af.mil.